Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to HPT, and today I'm going to ask you some hard questions, right? Today, I'm going to put in front of you two scenarios, right? A scenario where you are a consistently profitable trader, right? Where you're just executing calmly, equanimous, right? You are not making irrational, unlogical, emotional decisions anymore, right? You are just operating in and out of the market with your edge, right? You're in a state of almost transcendence, right? Flow state, right? You just wait patiently, right? It's not even like a patient wait. It's like you're not going to make any of those stupid decisions anymore because they don't make sense, right? That is the first scenario. That's the scenario that we're trying to get you to, right? The second scenario is where you're at today. You're making emotional decisions in the market, right? You seem extremely undisciplined. You make super irrational, unlogical decisions that cost you profitability, right? I want to portray to you these two people, right? Because in reality, you are these two people, right? You just don't know it yet, right? You are that first scenario that can operate in and out of the market with that tranquility state of mind, right? Where you're just executing, right? You're just making decisions that make sense, right? You're from a self-aware, self-knowledge state, almost self-excellence, right? Where it's just you in the market and nothing else. And then there's that second state, right? That state where you might be at right now, the state that I was at for years, right? That doubtful state, right? That state with no confidence, no control, and definitely no conviction, right? This is the state that you might be at, but this is the state that we're going to get you out of, right? See, you have to ask yourself, why are you actually trading, right? Are you trading? And I know everybody's going to say, Josh, I'm trading because I want to become a multimillionaire. I'm trading because I want freedom. I'm trading because I love the game. I've put so much work into it. And until I get a payout or a reward, I'm just not going to feel good about myself. Yes, that is exactly why we trade. But you have to really ask yourself, why are you making the decisions you are? See, us as humans, we have a conscious, right? We have this self-awareness understanding about ourselves that no other being has. It's what makes us different. It's what makes us godlike, right? And what happens is we start to make decisions based off emotions, right? We have tons of emotions. We have tons of impulses that are just ripping through our brain, firing and weighing ourselves in a way that makes us conditioned to lose, especially in the market. This is why 95% of traders fail, right? 95% of traders fail not just because they're stupid or arrogant or lazy, even though that may be the case, but they fail because they try so hard for so long and then they condition themselves to lose. Right? So today in this video, I'm going to break down a trade I took and cleared over 300% return on. It was a very simple trade, right? We have to break away from our old belief system, right? We have to break away from certain principles and precepts that keep us in that state of failure, right? And today it's my hope to lay out in front of you those two scenarios to help you understand the difference, right? So the day we are going to be talking about is 12/20/2024, right? 4 days before Christmas, 5 days before Christmas. We're live on the Discord, right? And the market's just ripping, right? For anybody that's been trading currently, you guys know how volatile this price action is. I mean, some of these candles have literally been over $1, $2. I mean, they're just rallying. It's very hard to manage risk. See, the first principle and one of the main reasons, the primary reasons why most traders fail is because they cannot follow the number one rule in day trading. See, the number one rule isn't to make money today. The number one rule isn't to sell the high and buy the low and capture the perfect trade. On the contrary, the number one rule is to manage capital. That is your main primary reason of getting in and out of the market. And until you shift that belief system, right, and get away from that state where you're just trying to have a green trade today, trying to feel good about yourself, a self-centered center, right? Until you get away from that, you're going to make irrational decisions. Why? Because your main fear is having a red day. I literally had a red day Monday. This was one of my best weeks all year. And I literally had a red day. I had a red day. I took one red trade on Monday. So what? You have to start to approach the market with nothing to prove. It's just you and the candles and your principles. Not your emotion, not your ego, and not your desire. right? And then that brings me to my next concept. Well, Josh, what are your principles? Well, number one, once again, number one rule is manage capital. So if you're in front of a chart and you're trying to identify opportunity, but you cannot manage your capital properly due to volatility, due to price action, then you should not be trading. This is why we literally sat live with the team for the first 3 hours of the day, not making one move, right? Almost 4 hours. And to do that, right? Every trader guru is going to tell you, oh, you got to be disciplined. You got to be structured. On the contrary, I think you just need some self-awareness, right? You just need some knowledge, right? I think most traders got it confused and they're resorting to that, oh, I just want to put on a trade and feel good and get it over with state, where instead if they approach the market following the number one rule of managing capital, they would view this price action and be like, dude, I want nothing to do with it. And that's just based on my edge. If you took a trade in the morning, I'm not faulting you. That was a phenomenal trade with tons of opportunity. But according to my principles and my strategy, I could not identify opportunity here without managing too much risk. Therefore, I did not make a trade. Right? So once again, first principle is manage your capital. Number two is having nothing to prove. Right? Once again, it's just you in the market. It doesn't matter if you're on a live call, live stream with 1,000 traders, or it's just you in front of your computer. You have to identify your strategy and stick to it. One of the main reasons most traders fail is because they cannot stick to their strategy. And this comes primarily from the fact that they are trading from a self-centered center. Now, you heard me say that before. What does that mean? Right? Well, you have to ask yourself, why are you truly making the decisions you are? Yeah, we want to make money. Yeah, we want to become consistent. Yeah, we love the game. But are you making your decisions to satisfy an itch? Are you making decisions just to get it done and over with? Are you forcing things? Or are you making decisions because you don't want to miss out? Right? Or are you making decisions because you're scared? Right? Fearful. See, these are all valid reasons why traders fail. Right? It's because they're approaching the market from a self-centered state of being. So you have to ask yourself, what's the correct way to approach the market then? Well, if you ask me, it's got everything to do with principles. You have to identify which principles serve you. And what I mean by principles is systems, right? You have to develop systems, ways to get in and out of the market. We don't have time to go into it today, but click the links below, get involved with my boot camp, Trader Boot Camp, where I break down in over 19 mini courses all my systems and principles, right? There is no reason why you should not learn these. Very simple ways to get in and out of the market, very simple ways to determine opportunity. So if you do not and are not approaching the market from a principle-based center, you're not going to get consistent results because your emotions are not consistent. How could you expect to get a consistent output without a consistent input, right? That's Newton's third law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? You need to monitor your input to get measured in successful and consistent output, right? So once again, number one is managing your capital. Number two is asking yourself, what sort of center are you approaching the market from? Why are you making the decisions you are, right? Are you pulling the trigger even though there might be some fear there, but you're actually following your principles? If so, you had a good trade. You had a good day. That's exactly what we did on Friday. We were patient all morning. My first trade was right here. Once the market presented an opportunity. My second trade was literally, what is this right here? At 4:25 p.m. Right? So you're going to see here, my strategy consists of 3 components. Number 1 is trading off a critical level. A critical level is a pint number. A pint number is previous day high, previous day low, previous day close, and previous day open print. The pint number I traded off of was previous day high. You can see here price rallied above PDH, fell below it, and gave us a green bar. Number 2 is trading a moving average cross, right? So if I come over here to my indicators and pull up my HPT set, you're going to see here I have created a very simple indicator that shows me when the market has crossed over, right? The EMAs I use are the 5 EMA and the 21 EMA. And the reason why I use them is because when price is moving a certain way, it crosses over the moving average. Yeah, this may sound simple, but it is highly effective when used properly. Don't believe me? Go down, click the spreadsheet that I posted in the description where I log this strategy for the last 4 months with all the data. Take a look for yourself. And you can also see this on my website. So once again, click the links below. It's a phenomenal resource, right? So once again, number 1, pit number. Number 2, moving average cross, right? So price fell below PDH. We got the moving average cross. The red arrow pointing down indicating the cross has just happened. Number 3 is my entry criteria, better known as RBI or GBI. Now these are just acronyms standing for red bar ignored or green bar ignored, right? This is what I need to see for me to pull the trigger. Until I see this, I don't take a trade. Why? Well, very simple. I will not just put my stop loss wherever I feel like it. My stop loss needs to be predetermined. Once again, following that primary rule of managing capital. If you want to be successful in this game, you need a repeatable, systematic, and effective approach of managing your capital, determining your risk. Don't just expect yourself to keep a mental stop and you get out when you're supposed to, right? Because once again, when you're in the trade, your emotions are going to be going crazy, right? It's a very emotional game. There's tons of money on the line. And what sometimes affects us more than money is our ego, right? We don't want to be wrong. So we need to protect ourselves from that, right? So right here, we get this green bar that was completely ignored on this candle, right? So you're going to see here, I'll get the exact time here. Come over to the Discord. I'll show you exactly when I got in this trade. It was kind of funny, right? So right here, I go hopping in small here at 3:26 p.m. And I have a 592.60 stop. And guys, I'm literally waiting to pick my daughter up from school here, right? So once again, if you understand the game and you are principle based, you can make money no matter where you are. You could be picking up your daughter from school. Shit, you could be in school. Doesn't matter. Don't recommend that, but it is a possibility, right? So once again, the time I got in the market was 3:26 p.m., right? So right here, you're going to see I'll whip out the 2-minute. Price comes up. We fall down below PDH. Now, once again, we get this green bar here. And the way I do this is anytime we get a green bar that's ignored, that now becomes my area of value. That becomes the area that I'm looking to put my stop loss above if I get into the trade, right? So price is moving down on the 5-minute, right? We got all of our criteria on the 5-minute. Now we drop to the 2-minute. We get the green bar ignored, right? Price sold off, got away from me. I didn't chase it. Instead, I was patient. Price came back into the level of interest, right? The area of value, the green bar that was ignored, and then started to sell off. We got in the market here at 3:26 p.m. with our stop loss right above it. We took SPX puts and price just sunk, right? So once again, come over here to the Discord, you'll see here, price just literally dropped, right? We ended up getting that quick flush there, and for 10 minutes, literally, that's all it took. At 6 minutes, you're seeing here I'm posting a 305% ROI. Very simple. And then a cute little picture of my beautiful daughter in the car, right? So once again, guys, the purpose of this video is to help you ask yourself, why are you trading, right? Dive deeper, right? Obviously, you want to become a millionaire. Obviously, you're attracted to the game for whatever reason. But why are you making the decisions you are, right? Are you doing it to satisfy an itch, to feel good? Or are you doing it from a principle-based center? If you guys want to get involved with my team, right? I literally have the end of the year promo on Trader Boot Camp, right? It's 50% off. $100 is going to get you a full year on my team where we show up each and every single day. Pre-market plans, live webinars, live trading. You guys know the whole thing. If you want to make 2025 the best year of your life, click the link below, join a team that puts in the work, and I'll see you there.